This morning, a 71-year-old man passed away because of a habit he never thought twice about, something he did every single day without realizing the toll it was taking on his body. It wasn't an obvious mistake, like skipping medication or ignoring symptoms. No, this was subtler, something woven into his routine. And the truth is, it's something many people over 70 are guilty of doing too. That's why I want to have this conversation with you today. It's personal, and it's important. When I heard about his passing, I felt a heavy weight, not because I knew him, but because his story could have been avoided, and I couldn't help but think about how many others might be making the same mistakes, unknowingly putting themselves at risk. Maybe it's you or someone you love. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you thought deeply about your morning habits? Not just the big things, but the small details, like what you eat, how you move, or even the way you breathe. It's easy to brush these things off. After all, mornings are usually rushed or repetitive, and we rarely question the routines we've grown used to. But here's the thing. Your mornings set the tone for your entire day, and over time, these little habits compound, either building you up or breaking you down. Here's what I mean. Imagine starting your day dehydrated, skipping breakfast, or staying glued to your couch right after waking up. These might not seem dangerous in the short term, but they can lead to issues like fatigue, chronic illnesses, or even life-threatening conditions down the road. And trust me, I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I care. I know you're here because you want to know about these mistakes and how to avoid them. That tells me one thing. You care about your health, and you're willing to listen. So, if you're ready to uncover the morning habits that could be silently harming you, comment 1 below. If you already have an idea about what one of these mistakes might be, comment 2. Let's see how many of us are on the same page. Now, as I share these insights with you, I'm not coming from a place of judgment. I've seen these mistakes firsthand, and I've even made a few of them myself. But what matters is what you do with this information. Because by the end of this conversation, you'll have the knowledge and tools to transform your mornings and your life for the better. So, let's dive into the first part of this journey, identifying the dangerous habits that often go unnoticed. These are habits that sneak into our lives, disguised as harmless routines, but they have a way of piling up. And over time, they don't just affect your mornings, they affect your overall well-being. All right, let's talk about the first mistake most people make without even realizing how dangerous it can be. The moment we wake up, our instinct is to get out of bed immediately. We've all done it, our eyes open, and we're already halfway out of bed, rushing to start the day. But this seemingly harmless habit can actually be one of the most dangerous things you do, especially as you get older. Here's why. When you wake up, your body is transitioning from a state of rest to activity. Your blood pressure is lower, your circulation is slower, and your body needs a moment to adjust. Jumping out of bed too quickly can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, leading to dizziness, fainting, or even a fall. And for someone over 70, a fall isn't just a small mishap. It can lead to serious injuries or complications that take months to recover from. I remember hearing about a friend's father who experienced this exact issue. He woke up one morning, got out of bed too quickly, and felt a wave of dizziness. Before he could steady himself, he had fallen, breaking his hip. That fall changed his life forever, not just physically, but emotionally too. The independence he once took for granted was gone in an instant. Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this so you can protect yourself. The solution to this mistake is simple but powerful. When you wake up, take a moment to sit up slowly. Swing your legs over the side of the bed and let your body adjust. Take a few deep breaths and give yourself at least 30 seconds before standing. It may feel like a small change, but it could save you from a life-altering accident. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt dizzy or lightheaded when getting out of bed in the morning? If so, it's not just a coincidence. It's your body's way of signaling that it needs time to adapt. Comment 3 below if this has ever happened to you. The truth is, many people overlook this simple yet critical step because it doesn't seem urgent, but just think about the ripple effect. Taking 30 seconds in the morning could save you from months or even years of recovery from an avoidable injury. And this is just the beginning. There are more subtle but equally dangerous habits we need to address. Are you ready to learn about the next mistake and how it might be affecting your health? Hit that like button, and let's continue this journey together. Mistake number 2. Skipping water and reaching for coffee. First, now here's another habit that feels harmless but could actually be harming you more than you realize. It's morning, and what's the first thing you reach for? For most of us, it's a cup of coffee. I get it. Coffee feels like the fuel that gets your day started, the one thing that can wake you up and get you moving. But here's the problem. If coffee is the very first thing you consume in the morning, you're setting yourself up for dehydration. Let me explain. After a full night's sleep, your body is already in a mildly dehydrated state. You've gone 6 to 8 hours without any fluids, and your body desperately needs water to kickstart its systems. When you choose coffee instead of water, you're not just ignoring your body's needs, you're adding fuel to the fire. Coffee is a diuretic, which means it causes your body to lose even more water. Here's something I learned the hard way. A few years ago, I noticed I was feeling sluggish every morning, even after my usual 2 cups of coffee. I brushed it off as a part of aging, but then I realized something important. I was completely ignoring my body's basic need for hydration. The moment I started drinking a glass of water before my coffee, I felt a noticeable difference, not just in my energy levels, but in my overall mood and alertness. Dehydration, especially as we age, can lead to a host of problems: headaches, fatigue, dizziness, and even confusion. And your body's ability to retain water decreases as you get older, which makes staying hydrated even more critical. So, what's the fix? It's incredibly simple. The first thing you should do when you wake up is drink a glass of water. Plain, room temperature water. Not cold, not flavored, just plain water. Think of it as giving your body a much-needed wake-up call. After that, you can enjoy your coffee guilt-free, knowing you've already done something good for your body. Let me ask you this. Have you ever started your day with coffee and felt tired or cranky by mid-morning? If so, that's your body telling you it needs water, not caffeine. Comment 4 if you're willing to give water a try tomorrow morning. It's such a simple change, but it can have a profound impact on your health. Remember, your body is like a car. You wouldn't start driving without fuel in the tank, would you? Treat your body the same way. Now that we've tackled the dangers of dehydration, let's move on to the next mistake, one that involves something most of us do without even realizing the risks. Mistake number 3, skipping morning stretches. Did you know that one of the most dangerous things you can do in the morning is nothing? That's right. Starting your day without moving your body can have a surprisingly harmful impact, especially as you age. When you wake up, your muscles and joints are stiff from hours of lying still. Think of your body like a car that's been parked overnight in freezing weather. It needs time to warm up before it's ready to go. Ignoring this simple fact can lead to muscle strains, joint pain, and even reduced mobility over time. I remember my neighbor, Mr. Carter, who used to struggle with lower back pain. He was always in a rush to get moving in the morning, skipping any sort of warm-up or stretching. Over the years, the stiffness turned into chronic discomfort that made even the simplest tasks, like bending to tie his shoes, unbearable. The solution? Just 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretching every morning can work wonders. Start with some neck rolls, shoulder shrugs, and gentle stretches for your arms and legs. Focus on your spine, too. A simple forward fold or seated twist can help loosen tension and improve flexibility. It's not just about avoiding pain. Stretching also improves blood flow, enhances balance, and sets a positive tone for the day. Think of it as your body's way of saying, "Thank you for taking care of it." Let me ask you, when was the last time you stretched in the morning? If it's been a while, don't worry. It's never too late to start. Comment 5 if this is something you're willing to try tomorrow morning. Skipping morning stretches may not seem dangerous at first glance, but over time, it can steal your mobility, your comfort, and even your independence. And the best part? It's free, easy, and takes just a few minutes. Now, let's talk about another mistake that's not only harmful but also incredibly common. It has to do with what you do right after breakfast, and trust me, you'll want to hear this one. Mistake number 4, staying seated for too long after breakfast. Here's a mistake most people don't even realize they're making: sitting down for an extended period right after breakfast. It might feel natural to finish your meal and settle into your favorite chair to read, watch TV, or scroll through your phone. But this seemingly harmless habit can set off a chain reaction of health issues that are particularly risky as you age. When you sit for too long after eating, your digestion slows down significantly. This can lead to bloating, discomfort, and even long-term digestive problems like acid reflux or constipation. What's more, staying seated for extended periods reduces blood circulation, making you more prone to stiffness, joint pain, or even blood clots over time. I remember visiting my Uncle James, who had developed a habit of lounging on the couch right after breakfast. He often complained about feeling sluggish and bloated throughout the day, but never connected it to his post-meal routine. When his doctor suggested taking short walks after eating, the difference was incredible. Not only did his digestion improve, but he also felt more energized and less stiff. So, what's the solution? Instead of sitting down after breakfast, take a light walk around your house or garden. You don't have to do anything intense. Just 5 to 10 minutes of movement can help kickstart your digestion and boost your metabolism. If walking isn't an option, you can try standing stretches or gentle yoga poses to keep your body active. Here's a quick test. Think back to your last breakfast. Did you sit down immediately afterward? If the answer is yes, it might be time to rethink your routine. Comment 6 below if this is something you've been doing. The truth is, your body was designed to move, even in small ways. Breaking up those long periods of sitting, especially after meals, can do wonders for your overall health. And when you're over 70, these small habits can make a big difference in maintaining your energy and mobility. But this isn't the only habit you might be overlooking. There's another mistake that's silently taking a toll on your health every single morning, and it has to do with something you think is keeping you safe. Stay with me. I'll explain it now. Mistake number 5. Ignoring morning sunlight exposure. One of the most overlooked morning habits, especially for those over 70, is skipping out on natural sunlight exposure. It might seem harmless to stay indoors after waking up, but this simple mistake can have far-reaching consequences for your health, both physically and mentally. When you wake up, your body craves sunlight. Exposure to natural light in the morning helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which controls your sleep-wake cycle. Without enough sunlight, your body may struggle to produce melatonin at night, leaving you tossing and turning in bed. Poor sleep over time can lead to issues like fatigue, weakened immunity, and even cognitive decline. I once spoke with Mr. Harris, a retired teacher who had been battling sleepless nights for years. He didn't think stepping outside in the morning could help. After he started spending just 10 minutes on his porch with a cup of tea, soaking in the morning light, he noticed a dramatic improvement in his sleep patterns. He felt more energetic during the day, and his mood improved significantly. But it's not just about sleep. Morning sunlight is also your body's best source of vitamin D, which is crucial for bone health and immunity. Unfortunately, many people over 70 are already at risk of vitamin D deficiency because they don't get enough sunlight. This can lead to weaker bones, joint pain, and a higher susceptibility to illness. So, how can you incorporate sunlight exposure into your routine? It's simple. Open your curtains as soon as you wake up to let natural light fill the room. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes outdoors in the morning. A short walk, some gardening, or simply sitting on your balcony can do wonders. If the weather doesn't allow for it, consider sitting by a bright window. Let me ask you, when was the last time you intentionally sought out morning sunlight? Comment 7 if it's been a while, or 8 if this is already part of your routine. Skipping this small habit might not feel dangerous, but its impact adds up over time. By prioritizing sunlight exposure, you're giving your body and mind the natural boost they need to function at their best. But there's another common mistake people make in their mornings that might surprise you. Let's explore it next. Mistake number 6, checking your phone first thing in the morning. One of the most harmful but common habits people indulge in, especially in today's digital age, is reaching for their phone the moment they wake up. It seems harmless, just a quick scroll through emails, texts, or social media. But this seemingly innocent act can set the tone for a stressful and unfocused day, particularly for those over 70. Because in the morning, when your mind is at its most impressionable, after a good night's rest, your brain is clear and your body is primed for a fresh start. But when you flood your mind with notifications, news headlines, or social media posts, you're essentially introducing chaos right at the beginning of your day. It's like throwing stones into a calm pond. The ripples of stress and distraction will follow you for hours. I remember a friend sharing how her mornings became unnecessarily stressful because of this habit. She would check her phone first thing and often come across unsettling news or messages that needed urgent attention. Her blood pressure would spike and her mood would be ruined even before breakfast. When she finally decided to leave her phone untouched for the first hour of her day, she felt calmer, more in control, and better prepared to tackle her tasks. It's not just about stress. Constant screen exposure first thing in the morning can also strain your eyes and disrupt your focus for the rest of the day. Studies have shown that blue light from screens suppresses melatonin production, potentially messing with your sleep cycle even after waking up. So, how can you break free from this habit? Keep your phone away from your bed. Charge it in another room overnight to reduce the temptation to reach for it in the morning. Set a morning routine that doesn't involve screens. Start your day with stretching, meditation, or even journaling. Use a traditional alarm clock. This way, you won't need your phone to wake up. Now, be honest. How many of you are guilty of scrolling through your phone before even getting out of bed? Comment 9 if this sounds like you, or 10 if you've already kicked this habit. Changing this one habit can create a ripple effect, making your entire day more peaceful and productive. Mornings are more than just the beginning of a new day. They set the tone for everything that follows. From how you wake up to the first actions you take, your habits can either build you up or wear you down. The mistakes we've covered may seem small or harmless at first glance, but their impact on your health and well-being, especially after 70, can be profound. The good news is, every single one of these mistakes has a simple, actionable solution. By adjusting how you wake up, being mindful of what you consume, both physically and mentally, you can start each day stronger, more focused, and more prepared for what lies ahead. It's never too late to change your habits. Small, consistent adjustments to your routine can lead to big, life-enhancing results. And the best part? These changes don't just improve your mornings, they improve your entire life. So, here's your challenge. Start tomorrow with intention. Pick one mistake from this video and commit to correcting it. Then, build on that success. One step at a time, one habit at a time, you'll create mornings that support your health, happiness, and longevity. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up to help us reach more people who need this information. Share it with someone you care about. They might be making these same mistakes without realizing it. And now, we want to hear from you. Which of these morning habits surprised you the most? Comment below and let us know. If you're ready to take control of your mornings and unlock your full potential, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a life-changing tip. Let's start building better mornings together, one day at a time.